at it that way, look at the showing. Look at the incredible support for Black Lives Matter.
Right.
It had nothing to do with...
Holy crap,
we're in
these
the middle of a
people are all
pandemic.
going to be sick in 2 weeks.
And what's happened?
And they are in Los Angeles.
California is one of the biggest areas of outbreak.
Yep.
And we don't... I mean, it's not one of the things. You're never going to come to the answer and say, okay, well, it looks like all the virus came from this area. That's the way it works. People are transmitting it before they even know they have symptoms. Transmitting it when they never have symptoms. So you're never going to know who you got it from unless, like, your wife had it and you realize you caught it, person to person that way. Those things are going to be impossible to trace overall. But it's common sense that at the very least you shouldn't be encouraging this behavior.
Right.
You shouldn't be saying, hey, let's everyone gather together in the tightest group possible. Like,
insane.
And forget the fact that, like, we all are aware that a protest, and any individual protest, is not going to overturn racism. It's not even going to work. Like, what are you going to do? Will you get, Aunt Jemima taken off the shelves? I guess. You got the pancakes off the shelf? That probably does improve people's health. I don't know. Maybe it does more than coronavirus, because they are delicious pancakes. The fact that they're gone, by the way, taken away from the group most favorable to Aunt Jemima, African Americans, who buy them at a rate of like 4 times as much as any other group, which, well, you guys weren't offended enough. We had to rip it off the shelves. This is insane behavior, and it's understandable that people don't want to listen to any of these mandates or any of these recommendations, because every 2 days they change.
Right.
And that's the
credibility.
Yeah.
You've lost all credibility, and then you wonder, well, why don't people listen to us about the mask?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why won't they listen? Well, that's why you have no credibility anymore.
Yeah, and it's not just saying, okay, here's the news of the day, here's the science of the day, follow it. It's, you're a terrible person if you don't.
Yeah.
So when you say you're a terrible person if you buy a mask, and then 2 weeks later you're saying, please buy masks, you're going to have to understand that people are not going to deal with that well. It's your job to get clear information that you don't change every 2 days.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about changing it, you have to express the uncertainty and say, look, we think masks will help. We're not 100% sure. We're going through this with you guys. We're trying to figure it out as we go. This is our recommendation right now. It may change. In 2 weeks, we may tell you the opposite. I don't know. But we're going to do our best to try to protect each other. That's an adult way to approach it. And they won't do it that way.
No. 888-727-BETK.
All right, remember all those days back in the day when COVID wasn't around and you used to just sit around at work and listen to those boring meetings, the kind where everyone's falling all over themselves to build a PowerPoint to solve problems that don't exist to begin with. Don't you miss that part of work? Remember how you wish you had a pair of small, discreet earbuds that you could listen to the Glenn Beck program while nodding your head and pretending to be participating? Well, those meetings are over, but for how long? Soon you may be required to see people again. What you need is a pair of Raycon earbuds. Raycon, I just found out about this company. I will tell you, I spent stupid issue with my Apple earpods the other day. I want Raycons. The everyday E25 earbud. They are the best earbuds Raycon has put out. It's 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, which is infuriating if you have the Apple kind. More bass, more compact design than Q&A, isolating fit. This is going to be great. Raycon wireless earbuds are about half the price as the leading earbuds, and I will say they're just as good or better from everything I've heard yet. Glenn is sings the praises like crazy. They're stylish and discreet, and they have a one-size-fits-all fitting system. You're not going to be losing no matter your ears. Get 15% off your order right now at buyraycon.com/bet. buyraycon.com/bet for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. buyraycon.com/bet. 10 seconds, station.
News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Part of the problem, too, on the COVID situation and the mask and wearing the mask is are the policies of the places that are enforcing the mask wearing. First of all, I think it's mandated by government pretty much everywhere now, right? That you have to, a lot of places, yeah. Most cities in Texas now say you got to wear a mask if you want to go.
The state of Texas now has that for most activities.
Almost everywhere you go. And really, like, I went to a restaurant the other day, and you can't get in without a mask. And I said, well, okay, How do you eat with the mask on? Oh, well, you can take it off when you get to your table.
Yeah.
And so I'm only wearing the mask from the door to my table? Right. Okay, so I go in with the mask, sit down, look around, not a single person, once inside, because they're going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single person has a mask on. They get up, they walk around the restaurant, going to the bathroom, or, trying to find their waitress or waiter or whatever, but they're walking, mingling all over the restaurant now without a mask on.
That's stupid.
So, just walking from the door to the table saved everybody, but now I'm walking all around the restaurant without a mask on.
These things are all
Bizarre. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
You're not doing anything with that policy.
No, we were looking at some of the policies for school coming up because they're talking about, how they're going to open up schools.
Yeah.
And they believe that there's going to be a mask mandate for the teachers in public areas. So, when you're walking through the halls, you have the mask on, but when you get to the classroom, you can take it off. It's like, well, there's much more